Hi, we're Silverstein, and you're watching The Permanent Rain Press.
So hey, it's Ingrid from the Permanent Rain Press, and I'm here with two of the members of Silverstein. So first we're going to start with a quick intro. Can you just say your name and what you do in the band?
Shane Singh.
Marc, guitaring.
Awesome. So how are you guys today?
Great, never better, best day of my life.
I'm
You guys
with you.
excited for the show?
Vancouver rips.
Yeah?
Yeah, it's really cool.
We loved it.
It's a little rainy, but that's okay.
It stopped.
Then no problem.
Yeah, none. 10 out of 10.
So you guys are here on your Discovering the Waterfront 10-year tour. I guess my first question is, what made you guys want to do a 10-year tour instead of a tour in support of the new album?
Well, the new album doesn't come out till May, so this was kind of worked out perfectly. It was a little like, well, the record came out 10 years ago, but we have a little time now where we can kind of celebrate the old days before we launch into all the new stuff, which will be pretty crazy in the summertime and later this year.
So from Discovering the Waterfront, I know you guys have acoustic versions of Call It Karma and My Heroine, and I was just wondering which ones do you guys like performing better, the acoustic or the regular version?
I don't know, it's like, I kind of like the acoustic because it's like it switches it up a little bit, I think, which is kind of nice, but it's a lot of pressure on me because I have to play guitar and sing at the same time, so that part sort of sucks.
It's way easier acoustic. I do literally nothing.
So we agree.
Yeah.
So back in 2005, when you guys were working on the album, did you ever think you would make it this far, that you guys would have this much success and whatnot?
I don't know, what did you think?
When I first heard Discovering the Waterfront, I thought, this band's finished. It's over for them. You had a good run.
Yep, no, we just thought we were gonna do 2 albums and break up because that's like pretty much what every hardcore band did back then. There was no like career, like there was like maybe like Bad Religion or something, but that wasn't like, you know, that was like more mainstream kind of punk rock. It was, well, not mainstream, but you know what I mean. So there was like no really like, there was no template to follow like for our kind of band. There were no bands that had been doing it for like a really long time. So when we put out our first album, it was like, whoa, things are going really well. Put out another album, we just never thought we'd keep putting out albums and keep like doing this for this long. Never thought that.
And here we are.
Here we are.
Yeah. So the new album's called I'm Alive in Everything I Touch. How'd you guys come up with the name, and how do you think it sums up the album?
This could be a good question for you.
Well, yeah, the name is actually a line from a Timothy Finley book called The Wars. I mean, the way it ties into the album is actually, I feel like, more your area, but I think the concept of being alive in everything you touch is, you know, pretty self-explanatory. I mean, it's like the only permanence you have, right? Like, things you've touched, people you've influenced, experiences you've had, things like this. It's a shame. It's
about how you kind of live on in people's memories no matter what, you know, like, and how there's this trickle-down effect of, you know, you met somebody who's met somebody who's like, so they've sort of like met you in some way, or you've influenced someone who's influenced someone, so everything that you kind of have done has made its mark. So that's kind of what the album's about, but kind of in like a more like sad way. So
it's sad in the book.
It's very sad in the book, and a lot of it has to do. The album has to do with our travels and places we've been over the last 15 years as a band. So there's a lot of that, and there's a lot of references to Toronto in the album, which is our home. And it's actually interesting because Timothy Finley, the author, was actually born in Toronto, so it seemed like a very fitting title.
Cool. So this is your 8th studio album. How do you guys manage to keep things authentic yet still interesting and different?
Well, it's kind of like this, we were calling it LP7 because the short songs record we kind of didn't count. It's sort of like a little mini album EP. But I mean, I think what we do is just every 2 years we kind of get in the studio and we just get together and we start writing songs. And I don't think we really talk about what we're trying to do. We don't say, oh, we're gonna make like a super heavy record, or we just like literally just write songs and play them and kind of figure it out as we go. And I think that makes for a more natural album, not like nothing's forced with us. We just kind of do it, and we enjoy it. It's very organic, like that.
Cool. So we got a little taste of the new album from your song, Midwestern State of Emergency. What can we expect from the rest of the album? Is it similar, different, slower, faster?
The rest is actually all like trap beats, like produced by, who produces trap beats these days?
I don't know. I don't even know what trap beats are.
Trap beats are like
the
the thing.
Timbaland thing.
No, I don't think so. Trap beats is what we're
Diplo?
listening to on the bus.
Oh,
Like
Big
Big
Sean.
Sean. Yeah.
Yeah, it sounds like Big Sean.
The rest sounds like Big Sean. It was all just a big tease. We're not a rock band anymore.
It's kind of like when Sugar Ray.
Yeah, it's just like that.
Just like when Sugar
It's
Ray
like the opposite.
was like they had their whole record was like metal except the one song Fly, and then everyone bought the record and was like, what? This is metal. What's going on?
You know who else did that?
That's what we're trying
This
to
is
do.
a weird thing to reference. I've never once said this name aloud, but Uncle Cracker did that. Remember he had that big hit, and then the rest of it was like really aggressive rap rock.
Yeah.
I forget what his like big radio is.
Isn't he like a Kid Rock
Yeah,
guy?
he
Like
is.
kind of, or is it
Yeah.
Detroit?
No.
I don't know.
Yeah, he's like, anyway. No, it's gonna be like the record is like cohesive and solid, and it's not.
Yeah, the track you guys heard is like it's the first real song on the record, and I think it was like one time we were listening in the studio and the producer was like, this is a perfect first song because it really like sums up the record. So
The rest will
and he's
be
a smart
good.
guy.
So what are some of your favorite albums from 2005?
Oh shit, 2005.
Cool
Long
question.
time ago.
Ooh, did that Under Oath record come out? No, that was 2004.
I wrote down some if it helps.
You have some
Where
examples?
Where You
Yeah.
Want to Be by Taking Back Sunday? That was 2005, wasn't it? That's a
No.
pretty good record.
No.
That's
Fall
04.
Out Boy, if you guys like Fall
From
Out
Under the
Oh,
Fir
yeah.
Tree?
Yeah, that's a big one.
I really like that one.
I like the one before better, but that one's still pretty good.
30 Seconds to Mars, Beautiful Lie came out that year.
We actually hate that record.
Don't even talk about it, okay?
I've never heard it.
I think it's okay.
I saw Jared Leto do yoga in an airport once. That was as close.
Yeah, that's right.
In Australia. That's the closest I've gotten to listening to that band.
Like waiting for baggage claim.
Yeah, it was-
He couldn't wait till he got to his hotel. He just do it right
Just threw
there.
a mat down and went right to it. It was
Do you have a list?
I wrote
Susie?
down some of my faves. I don't know if you guys are into.
Wide Awake It's Morning, that's a good record.
Oh yeah, that's it. That's
What
it
You Do
right
When
there.
You're Dead is a good record too. That
Yeah.
Run for Sleep one.
This Panic at the Disco record's really good. You don't like Panic at the Disco. Commit This to Memory?
Oh yeah, of course. They're on the
Yeah.
tour of Motion City Central. That is a great record.
That's like happening right now, right?
Yeah.
Hey, a lot of these are good.
Death Cab Plans, that's a good one too.
There's an Wolf Mother, interesting choice. Was
Yeah.
that, you like that or do you thought maybe-
I like that.
Woman, is that band?
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's like totally the newest Led Zeppelin record. It's good.
Crazy. Okay. Hot Hot Heat, that's very Western Canada.
I'm going with them Wide Awake this
Yeah.
morning though.
I'm going with Armor for Sleep, What to Do When You're Dead. Great record.
Came with a DVD, right?
Maybe.
Or no, it came with a little tiny manual about what to do when you're
Yes, it did. That was cool. That was
It
cool.
was cool.
So if you had to switch places with another member of Silverstein, who would you pick and why?
Bill, obviously.
Why?
Well, pretty much all he does is make sandwiches and take naps, and that sounds like the best thing ever. So I'm hands down Bill.
I think I'd probably go with Bill too.
Not Paul.
Reason?
Paul's got it the hardest.
Paul does way too much work.
Yeah.
I don't want that job. Josh, just because everyone really likes Josh, so
Yeah, it'd be nice if everyone liked you.
Yeah.
But people like Bill.
Yeah. So Bill's really got it all.
Bill, yeah, Bill. Bill's
Yeah.
got it.
Alright.
He's so tall. I wonder what that's like.
If you could describe yourself as an ice cream flavor, what would you be and why?
I think you're a bit of a Neapolitan.
Oh, what? Because I got a lot of different things going on.
yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I'll take that.
And now I don't have to do it because I did you, so you do it.
I have to do you.
Describe it,
Yeah. And there's no way this isn't going to be offensive, so.
Praline's a dick.
That doesn't
It's
sound
a Wayne's
right.
World reference.
Oh.
You wouldn't know.
I
He's
wouldn't
seen
know.
like he's literally seen 5 movies his whole life.
It's pretty much true.
Alright, any last message for anybody watching this video right now?
If someone can come up with an ice cream flavor for me, that would be great.
Yeah, please
Send it.
email paulmark@silversteinmusic.com with ice cream flavors. This is important.
Or
It's really
please physically mail me tubs of ice cream to, actually I don't remember my address, some apartment in Toronto where my friends live. Dundas Street West.
or to our bus.
To our bus.
You can find it. The
Yeah.
mailman knows.
Awesome, thanks guys.
Thank you.
That's all I have.